And now we will move on to the sixth chakra, the brow chakra. In your art journal for the third eye chakra, I suggest using shades of indigo or dark blue because this is the color of the third eye chakra. The demon of the third eye chakra is illusions, and the developmental age where this chakra is most impacted is adolescence. Now, the last two chakras are very important for your soul mission journey. By the time you've worked your way through the first 5 chakras, you are ready to go soaring into the gifts of the 6th and the 7th, says Alan Seal, the author of Soul Mission Life Vision. Like the heart chakra, the last 2 chakras are much more experiential in nature. They're of such a high vibrational frequency that focus on them moves way beyond the verbal into the spiritual dimension. The brow chakra is located between the eyes and between the ears in the middle of your head. It's the center for light, imagination, perception, clairvoyance, visualization, and projection. It's essential to your journey because it's here in the brow chakra that you first make a vision of the picture of your life vision. You can project that picture out into the world, and the energy of that picture begins the process of transmuting into physical reality. So that's why this chakra is so important in the manifestation process. Manifestation is our topic coming up. Many of my formative cultural references are from the 1960s through the 1990s. And if you are like me, you might remember playing Kreskin's ESP game or watching movies that reference psychic powers and mysticism like Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Sleeper, Ghost, The Matrix, E.T., and Sixth Sense. As a child of this era, I've always been fascinated by people who have accessed their intuitive gifts. Each one of your chakras is linked to a part of your body. The brow or the third eye chakra is linked to your eyes. The element of the third eye is light. We see with light. So the actual third eye functions with both physical light and spiritual light. The Sanskrit word Ajna means to perceive. And William Shakespeare, of course, said the eyes are the gateways to the soul. So while our physical eyes can give us valuable information, our third eye can tell us even more. With our intuition, we form impressions. We sense things. We pick up information about people, places, and things around us. This information registers in our body, and we sense comfort or discomfort. When your third eye chakra is balanced, you perceive impressions even before your conscious mind is aware of them. The main task of the third eye is pattern recognition. Information is assembled into meaningful patterns which become a whole. So in Eastern Body, Western Mind, the author makes an important point. Pattern recognition requires the ability to see simultaneously into past, present, and future. In the recognition of patterns, we find our way to insight. Each time we recognize a pattern, we move toward greater wholeness. Here's something to pay attention to that I find very interesting. The brow chakra is important in relieving anxiety. Anxiety is caused by feeling trapped, by not being able to see any other possibilities other than where you are. By breathing into and opening the brow chakra, you become aware of and be able to perceive other possibilities within infinite possibilities, and you understand your situation on many levels of consciousness. And then you understand that you are not trapped at all. You always have the choice to create another reality through the power of your thoughts and imagination. When your brow chakra is in tune, you reach a much higher level in the development of your intuition. You begin to see with your inner vision and perceive energies in a completely new way. At issue for many people is trusting the perceptions that they receive through the brow chakra. If you take the Soul Artist Masterclass, you know that when we begin to develop greater intuitive gifts, we often ask in the beginning, am I just making this up, or is this real information that I'm getting? And discerning whether it's your mind telling you something or if you can truly trust your intuition is one of the things we face as we experience higher levels of conscious awareness. And we often ask ourselves that question, am I just making this up? Or is this information truly coming to me from my inner wisdom? And sometimes when we're creating, we ask ourselves when we finish the piece, who made that? Did I make that? And you truly feel that you're co-creating with spirit. You are making art in partnership with your higher self. And that is really fun. So we think of Ajna as the psychic chakra, but it's much more than psychic. It really is the inner window to your soul. Psychic energy is just a small part of the much larger spiritual dimension. Think of your brow chakra as having vision. And take some time to ponder this energy center and its involvement in and influence on your journey through life. As you have been doing for the other chakra exercises, set your journal aside and sit down with your feet on the floor, close your eyes, and breathe into your brow chakra. It's in between your ears and behind your eyes, in the middle of your head. I visualize this right at the top of an inhaled breath. So take a deep inhale, hold at the top, and feel your breath in this area at the very top. And visualize and breathe in the color deep blue, indigo blue. And breathe in and out and notice your breath coming into the brow chakra area. Feel your brow open and imagine blue light streaming through. You might feel a warmth, tingling, or some other signal that energy is moving there. If you experience resistance, give yourself the time necessary to be able to breathe freely into your brow chakra. And then once you're comfortable breathing into the chakra, consider these questions. Do I have an active fantasy life? Do I allow myself to imagine and dream about what could be, about the life I really want to live? Do I allow myself to perceive with my inner or intuitive senses? If so, what have been some of my experiences? If not, have I been resistant to using and trusting the vast realm of information and guidance available to me through my inner senses? Am I willing to let go of any resistance? And now ask yourself, how comfortable am I with these affirmations? I am imaginative. I believe that I create my life. I want to connect with my higher guidance. I pay attention to synchronicities. And now let's talk more about asking your inner knower, your inner wisdom for guidance. You can use your inner sense to ask for guidance and make the right decisions. So you've taken into account your mind, your intellect, your ego, and now you include your soul when you make life decisions. It's your higher guidance system. With this third eye chakra tuned, you feel comfortable paying attention to hunches, synchronicities, and subtle feelings telling you to move forward or hold back. If you are conflicted, ask for your sense of intuition to be opened to you in order to make the right choice. So often I ask, please tell me the right next step. You don't need to know every step in your journey, but it is so helpful to feel you're guided to the right next step. Now let's talk about how to balance Ajna. Just like any of the spiritual chakras, Ajna is best balanced through meditation. Often, new meditators will report having a tingling feeling in the third eye, or maybe equate it to a mild headache. You can feel a tingling or a pulsating sensation around the area of the third eye during or after meditation. It's a sign you're tuning this chakra. Do you remember learning in an earlier session the pranayama technique called Brahmari, or bee breath? Let's practice it just for a moment and watch and listen first. You remember that you close your ears with your thumbs, you take a deep inhalation, you exhale the word Om with an emphasis on the M, and that makes a sound like buzzing sound of a bee. Now you don't need to do this for hours, just a couple of minutes of it is very beneficial. So let's try it together. So close your ears, take a deep inhale, and make that buzzing sound. It's a simple way to balance Ajna. You can also alleviate tension in your head, and it works to open your sixth chakra. Any yoga asana where your forehead is pressed down is a good one for the sixth chakra, like child's pose, with your forehead pressed to the floor or on a yoga block. Dolphin pose is another helpful pose for tuning Ajna. The color for the sixth chakra is indigo, and the mantra sound is Sham, S-H-A-M. Gems that help open Ajna are amethyst, lapis lazuli, and azurite. And next we will move on to the last chakra, the crown chakra.